Minister Justin Trudeau's new cabinet met for the first time today. The Maple Leafs have hired head coach Mike Babcock, and Sheldon Keefe has taken his place. Hey, baby! American-born panda finally settled down in China's zoo. Humber News starts now.
Hello, I'm Lauren Brooks coming to you from our newsroom in Humber's North Campus. It's Thursday, November 21st. Here's what's making news this hour. The new federal cabinet is set to hold its first meeting today. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced members of his new team on Parliament Hill yesterday morning. Chrystia Freeland was appointed as Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Intergovernmental Affairs. Freeland, an Alberta native, represents the downtown Toronto riding but has deep ties to the prairies, where the Liberals failed to win a seat during last month's election. They hope Freeland can help rebuild burnt bridges with the West and unite the country from coast to coast. The new Trudeau cabinet is mostly Toronto and Montreal-centric, with 11 cabinet ministers coming from the GTA and 7 from Montreal. Notable new team members of the team include close friend of Trudeau, Mark Miller, who learned the Mohawk language to use in the House of Commons. Anita Anand, who won a seat in the Oakville area during the election and a University of Toronto professor, is also one of the new faces. Trudeau's cabinet is split down the middle, with 18 men and 18 women filling out the cabinet. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been indicted on corruption charges. The charges include bribery, breach of trust, and fraud. The announcement comes quickly after rival party members called for an unprecedented third election in less than a year. The previous two elections that came with inconclusive results left the controversial figure in power. Netanyahu has denied any wrongdoing in the 3 cases and is under no legal obligation to resign. He is expected to make a statement later this afternoon. The impeachment inquiry into Trump continues today with more testimony about the president's phone calls. Former National Security Director Dr. Fiona Hill and advisor David Holmes are testifying today about the president's relationship with Ukraine. Holmes, a staffer at the Ukrainian embassy, discussed with Ambassador Sondland Trump's opinion on the country.
Ambassador Sondland agreed that the president did not give an expletive about Ukraine. I asked why not, and Ambassador Sondland stated that the president only cares about big stuff.
Dr. Hill, an expert on relations with Russia, discussed the country pushing a false narrative, blaming the 2016 election interference on Ukraine.
Some of you on this committee appear to believe that Russia and its security services did not conduct a campaign against our country, and that perhaps, somehow, for some reason, Ukraine did. This is a fictional narrative that has been perpetrated and propagated by the Russian security services themselves.
Today's testimony follows damning allegation from Ambassador Gordon Sondland that quid pro quo relationship with Ukraine was no secret to the Trump administration. Trump has stated that he is unfamiliar with the witnesses testifying that there was no quid pro quo. Tributes are pouring in for Somali-Canadian activist Almas Elman after her death in Mogadishu. Local media say Elman was shot in her vehicle while heading to the airport. The Somali government says that they are investigating and will bring those responsible to justice. She worked at the Elman Center for Peace and Human Rights, a human rights organization started by her family. Elman's father founded the organization and was a peace activist who was also killed in the region in 1996. As the Hong Kong protests escalate, so do the arrests and injuries. The protests started back in June and has continued to become more violent. Police are now threatening to use lethal force if protesters continue to use dangerous weapons. Police say they will continue to push out protesters from Polytechnic University. Die-hard Hong Kong protesters are trying to leave the university and surrender but are quickly arrested by the police. For those still on campus, police are ensuring that the protesters could be facing a 10-year sentence for rioting. Other protesters were looking to distract the police to help their comrades escape the campus. One of the latest and most bizarre arrests is that of a 12-year-old boy who is charged after being detained by police for spray painting pro-protest slogans. He'll be sentenced next month. Migrants stranded at sea have been rescued from a drifting dinghy. 73 African migrants were fleeing towards Europe when the engine broke down, steering the boat offshore near Libya. 2 scared toddlers were part of the large group, with many suffering injuries and hypothermia and second-degree burns from exposure to salt water and gasoline. The rescue was conducted by the group Open Arms, who guided the group of migrants to a large ship where they celebrated their rescue, singing and chanting. The migrants couldn't hold back their joy and kept thanking the Open Arms.
We were just rescued by the open arms, and we are very happy. We don't know how to show how happy we are, but we are very happy, grateful. Me and my team, my friends, and my family, all of us, we are very happy. Thank you, Open Arms. God bless you. Keep doing your work. It's a great job. God richly bless you and your team.
994 migrant deaths have occurred this year as the Open Arms team continue their work of providing migrant safety. It's been a rough 14 years for pit bulls, but things are looking up for the breed as a ban reversal that once seemed far-fetched may be on its way. A member of Ontario Premier Doug Ford's Progressive Conservative caucus is looking to reverse the province's ban on pit bulls. Rick Nichols introduced a private member's bill that would alter controversial legislation in the Dog Owners Liabilities Act that prohibit this specific breed. Ontario prohibited pit bull breeding and the ownership in 2005, angering many dog lovers who argued the law unfairly punished their pets instead of their owners. The topic of pit bulls grew in popularity in 2005 and has remained controversial. Those in favour of the ban think the PC government is barking up the wrong tree by trying to get it reversed, while the NDP and Green parties show their support. The reversal of this ban is set for debate in the legislature later today. Humber's fashion, arts and business students strutted their stuff and showed their beauty of digital art today. The students showcased their talents with a chance that their work would be promoted at the fashion show. Jacob Phillips has the details.
Second-year fashion art students got to show off their talent for digital design and their passion for fashion at the Mode Art Poster exhibit today. The exhibit has been going on for the past 5 years, and each year the students let their creativity flow. The posters are based on the theme Powerhouse, which is the same theme of Humber's 2020 Walk It Out fashion show that is happening on April 7th. Fashion Arts and Business Program Coordinator Jennifer Dawson explains why the theme Powerhouse was chosen for the 2020 Walk It Out fashion show.
So whatever their definition is for the word power, they'll portray that in their posters, which they've created in their Advanced Creative Suite course, which focuses on InDesign and Photoshop. So all of the work that you're seeing is the creativity of our Fashion Arts and Business second-year students.
This event also allows the students to express themselves and their artistic soul through their posters. Second-year Fashion Arts and Business student Taylor Storr talked about where the inspiration came from to create this poster.
I do like the fashion industry, but I do not like designing really my own clothes to be a fashion designer. So I get to be a little bit more behind the scenes and still get to create beautiful pieces or put things together like this event. And yeah, it was pretty cool.
Posters being shown off are also being voted on by event goers, with a winning poster representing the fashion show. With the possibility of the work being shown to some of Toronto's biggest fashion artists, they're making sure their chance won't slip by them. I'm Jacob Phillips for Humber News.
Hip-hop pioneer Maestro Fresh West enters the Canadian Hall of Fame.
This jam is amplified, so just glide. And let your backbone slide.
Wes Williams, also known as Maestro Fresh West, joined the Canadian Songwriter Hall of Fame, becoming the first hip-hop artist to gain the achievement. Let Your Backbone Slide, a late 80s classic, was the debut single for Wes and became the smash hit of his album Symphony in Effect. The song, released in 1989, and sold 50,000 copies in Canada and 25,000 copies in the US during the first couple weeks. Wes wrote the record while he was working as a security guard before the fame. Let Your Backbone Slide was the first rap single certified gold in Canada and continues to make history, joining the list during its 30th anniversary. We are going to take a quick break. Still ahead, the latest in sports, but first, Alicia Nichols has a preview of the 3-day forecast.
Last week, winter showed up at our doors, sending us into winter mode. Is there a chance the weather might fall through with milder temps this week? I'll have your 3-day forecast after the break.